Hey guys, how are you? I wanted to come on real quick and do a quick video with Thanksgiving and the holidays around the corner. Talk about anxiety, depression, and maybe some boundaries that we need to set with our loved ones this time of year. Unfortunately, anxiety and depression, it's a real thing, especially around holidays. Some people may struggle with just getting a little bit anxious, and other people are in full-blown panic attacks and everywhere in between. And unfortunately, with anxiety, it's not uncommon for people to also struggle with depression. So understanding yourself, your mental health, the people that you're fixing to spend time with is good to be able to know what boundaries that you may need to set with some family. So my first goal is to stay away from uncomfortable conversations. Whether that is politics, religion, your sobriety, it could be your relationship status. I feel like the people that you spend within your family the most time with, they already know this information about you. Sometimes we got family members, God love them, but they're trying to get the tea for their Christmas letter that they're going to put on blast across the entire family. If you're not feeling it, don't force it. Number two is keep distance from toxic environments. So you may be going over to your Uncle Frank's house for his world famous deep fried turkey, but by the time that you get there, dude's 6 beers deep, and you may be trying to get over alcoholism or not be drinking, or maybe it's just an uncomfortable environment. Sometimes we start fights. It's not good. If you know that that's what you're walking into, keep it simple, keep it moving. Know when it's time for you to tap out and move on, go home. The third is go towards people that you feel closest to. As far as I'm concerned, blood does not make family. So if you have friends or anybody else that you feel the closest to, go spend that time with them. 4, watch your alcohol intake, because I do understand that having a couple cocktails, it makes it a little bit easier to deal with family functions and certain members of our family, but it's also going to be getting some of that liquid courage in us is what can start those family fights that last generations. So just be careful with it. Some people do deal with social anxiety too. So they feel like they have to kind of have a little, smoke some weed, drink some drinks, and they become a completely different version of themselves. As far as I'm concerned, that part in you already exists, but let's just be careful with it. The last one, number 5, is set realistic expectations. Most of us right now are struggling to be able to pay bills, buy groceries, do whatever we need to do for our family on a regular basis. So I feel like if your house was the bop-in place a couple years ago, you're all about having 20 plus people over, maybe that's not realistic this year. Totally understandable. Maybe try a potluck, ask people to bring stuff and help out with it, or maybe just kind of keep it low key to specific people. I know sometimes some family members have an expectation that they're getting a 4-course meal with little to no help or effort made on their part. If you are alone on the holidays, trust me, I did not forget you. If you're alone, 1, create your own traditions. This can be your time to do something that you want to do. Maybe take a roll from or a page out of the book of Christmas with the Cranks. They were going to go on a vacation and do their own thing. Try something different. It's totally up to you. 2, have a Friendsgiving. I did this one year, several years ago with some friends, and it was honestly the best memory that I ever have of getting together with friends. We laughed, we had a good time, we burned stuff. It was fun. 3, if someone invites you to go over to their house, whether it's a coworker, a neighbor, somebody, go do it. Go have a good time. Many moons ago, my family moved to Florida before I did. And so I was going to be having Thanksgiving in Kentucky by myself, and it was awkward. One of my coworkers had actually invited me over to go hang out with her and her family, and I had a weird feeling about it. I didn't want to be like the charity case or the stray girl at work that needed a family to spend time with. So I kept saying, no, I'm good, thank you. But as it got closer time to Thanksgiving, she's like, come over, do your thing. So I did, and it was hands down one of the best experiences of my life. We had a really good time. It was cool to see how other families get together and do holidays. But from what I know is at the end of the day, nobody that's inviting you over to, share with their family and their experiences feels that you're a charity case. So go, have a good time. You can also check local Facebook groups for meals. I know a lot of times I see tons of stuff on the local Lakeland groups, for example. People cook extra meals. They're more than willing to give it out. They open their doors. You can also look at food banks, churches. They tend to pass out a lot of stuff as well. But check your local resources. There's usually a lot out there. And the last one is volunteer. Sometimes if we're by ourselves and we don't want to do anything else, go volunteer. Food banks, animal shelters, churches, all of those places are doing the same thing. And it gives you kind of a idea and realization that you're not alone. You're not by yourself. But whatever you get into this holiday season, just know that you really aren't alone. There's a lot of people in your same boat. We love family, don't have family. I know this isn't an easy time of year for a lot of people, but you got this. If you need anything, reach out. Unfortunately, sometimes it is a really dark place for people. So in the comment section, I will put the contact information for suicide hotlines and local information if you feel that you need to reach out for those things. Anyways, I hope you guys have a really good, safe, fun Thanksgiving, whatever you get into, and do good stuff. Have a good one.